Oh, don't mind me, y'all. I'm just doing a little experiment. I'm trying to see what puts me to sleep faster. An episode of Raw on Netflix or NyQuil. You gotta be kidding me. This is your go-home episode? The Money in the Stank? Man, this show literally stinks so bad, I'd rather be in my bathroom locked in there with a skunk than spend my Saturday night watching this crap. Raw on Netflix is literally so bad, I couldn't help but to ask myself, man, how are they packing these venues? I hear that Triple H is a fan of seafood, and that makes sense because, man, something smells fishy, Paul Levesque. And when I did a little research, you know what I found out? Yesterday, Raw was in Tulsa, right? The Tulsa BOK Center holds 19,199 seats. That's the capacity of the venue. After seeing that information, I went to WrestleTick's Twitter, and I see that Raw on Netflix current setup is about 10,000, just below under 10,000, give or take. Now, the tickets distribute is about 9,000, give or take. Get it, tickets distribute, which means a lot of these could be comp tickets, there could be bot tickets, who knows? The fact that the capacity of that venue is 19,000 seats potentially, and Raw on Netflix could barely sell 9,000 tickets should be ringing an alarm somewhere. Now, I don't want to hear it's because of the setup, or they barely have a setup. They barely put effort in arenas or entrances or doing anything special. Trust me, TKO and WWE wants to get every dollar they can from the fans. Now, I'm not no mathematician, but if you ask me, that's roughly, give or take, 10,000 potential seats that could have been sold that wasn't because the show sucks. You got people chanting, "We want truth" in the middle of matches because the show sucks. You got people complaining online about WWE Creative because the show sucks. Speaking of the chants of our truth, they're not even gonna mention it at all in the show. What a spit in the face to Ron Killens, a dude who gave blood, sweat, and tears to that company, and that's the thanks he gets. R-Truth got no thank you, no acknowledgement, no nothing. This is one of the most disrespected things I've seen done to a WWE legend in my whole time watching professional wrestling. Not only that, you got CM Punk. 9 times out of 10, I like CM Punk, but sometimes he could be an idiot as well. Man, what happened to the pipe bomb CM Punk? What happened to the CM Punk that was going against the establishment? This dude said some slick shit about R-Truth, and the fans chanting his name saying, "How dare you chant somebody, he's not here." I'm gonna show y'all this crap.
I said, how dare you chant for somebody that's not here? Think about it, you'll get it on your way home. Play the chant's music.
Man, you can't even make this up. Some people is telling me, well, Bobby Monsoon, he was joking. I don't find nothing funny about this situation. I mean, come on, you couldn't say thank you, R-Truth, shout out R-Truth, play his music, y'all was off camera. These dudes are kissing Triple H's ass so much, it's like, oh my God, when is it gonna stop? There's been so much fallout with this R-Truth situation, it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. You got Bubba Ray Dudley, he's a real advocate for WWE. He puts WWE over a lot. But one thing I gotta say about Bubba Ray on the Busted Open podcast, he keeps it real, he keeps it 100, he gives his honest opinion. Bubba Ray says straight up, Vince McMahon wouldn't have let R-Truth go in a million years.
Mark, you were around for this, I wasn't. But Vince McMahon loved R-Truth, right?
Oh my God! Over a lot of people.
Mark, tell me if I'm wrong. Vince McMahon would have never gotten rid of R-Truth.
Not in a million years.
Kept him around, did whatever it took to keep him around.
Roll his ass out there in a wheelchair if you have to. I need him to say what's up.
There's stories of Vince taking care of people from back in the day. People that were loyal to Vince's dad. Vince, kept that loyalty going, make sure they were taken care of. And I know that there were certain talents that Vince McMahon liked, loved, and always wanted to make sure they were taken care of. And Truth was one of them.
There's so many other options you could do than just releasing somebody. Like I said, you could have them as an ambassador. You could have them as a less role. You could do a little contract negotiations. Whether if WWE, TKO, and R-Truth had them negotiations, we don't know. If you ask me, I don't think so. I think the call was made. I think Paul Levesque co-signed the call. It's some heat going on backstage that we might have to wait the 20 years until Dark Side of the Ring to find out what's actually going on. All we know now is we're getting horrible creative. We're getting horrible PLEs. We're getting priced out of shows. You can say what you want about Vince McMahon, but if you were a top talent in WWE, you was valued. If you was a top talent or top contributor or a legend in WWE, you're not gonna get fucked off and thrown into the curb. It just didn't exist. Vince McMahon had multiple situations with Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out on Vince McMahon. He brung him back, and I think he walked out again. They just brung him back. Sometimes, you go through ups and downs with talent, but we all gotta be real. Without the talent, no one's here. TKO, Paul Levesque, WWE, AEW, no one's here without the talent. Whenever we lose sight and act like this is all about money and act like the talent doesn't mean nothing and this could keep going on without the talent, wrestling's dead. And speaking of releases and cuts, Carlito gets cut, and you will think like, all right, creatively, let's sit at the table and let's figure out how to make this make sense to the casual fan watching TV. Carlito again disappears, no mentions of him. Judgment Day act like he never was a part of the group. It's just weird. This is it's not even weird. You know what it is? It's fucking lazy. It's lazy booking. It's lazy writing. And if you're putting this over, watching this crap, you're a part of the problem. Think about how lazy this was. Carlito gets released from WWE, right? They're not renewing his contract, whatever terminology you want to use. WWE Creative doesn't even have enough dignity, enough respect for the people that's watching the show to put in anything creative or of Judgment Day having a gripe with this, of Judgment Day being furious about this or anything. They don't even mention a dude. Not only that, wouldn't it be a great idea if R-Truth has already left? Wouldn't it be a great idea for John Cena to act like he has something to do with that? Dog, do you understand the heat John Cena will have if he even acted like he had anything to do with R-Truth being released? Dog, this is what's so frustrating. It's the lazy booking. And some of you dudes are hopping on YouTube, putting this crap over, but turning around and saying Tony Khan is doing a bad job. It's no way in fucking hell Tony Khan is doing a worse job than Paul Levesque in 2025. It just doesn't exist. Paul Levesque is doing 2017, 2018 Vince McMahon booking. And if you ask me, it's fucking 100 times worse. At least Vince McMahon didn't have all these fucking stupid ass ads, stupid ass commercials. It is like mind boggling. I feel like I'm in a trance. I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone. Now I'm gonna keep it 100. There was a tiny bit of good that happened on Raw on Netflix. Stephanie Valkyria wins and she qualifies for Money in the Bank. That's great. Stephanie Valkyria, she's a very beautiful girl. She's something nice to look at, kind of like Rhea Ripley 2.0 and whatever, bro. But the thing about Stephanie Valkyria is this. You could look nice, you could wrestle, that's all great. It's all gonna come down to the storyline and the redundant booking. She's a fresh face, so yes, we're excited. I'm excited. I'm happy to see what she's gonna do in Money in the Bank. I mean, stank. But man, I just hope she doesn't get booked into the sea of mediocrity. Now they had a match that meant absolutely nothing. The War Raiders versus JD McDonough and Finn Balor. Triple H, until you start booking like you got you some sense, until you start actually putting some work, some effort into these Raw on Netflix shows, I got a new nickname for you. Lazy Levesque. Lazy Levesque. He sits here and he books the New Day on color commentary for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It seems like every week we're getting a segment with the New Day being on color commentary. Cool. It's kind of entertaining. For me, it's boring. I hate it. But okay, it's a little mix. It's kind of entertaining. If you ask me, just vacate the Raw World Tag Team, whatever you call these tag championships that look like shit. If you ask me, just vacate them. These tag team championships weren't interesting the second that Miz and R-Truth dropped them. Remember WrestleMania 40? They won them in the ladder match. They had their run where they exposed the new titles. After that, these titles have been booked so horribly. It's like, why do we have them here? We need to vacate those titles. If you're putting everybody on a release list, let these tag titles that's being stuck on Raw be next. Then you got the tag match, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus Evolution. And yo, y'all haven't thought of a name yet? Are they literally, yo, they cannot be serious. Yo, just the lack of effort is the most frustrating thing. It's almost like Triple H and them are trolling us. They haven't even given us a name for this faction. This faction is literally called Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins. What? They might as well just give them my name that I gave them, Evolution. That's better than that. These dudes have another tag match that means nothing. Sami Zayn, he has a backstage segment with Karrion Kross, and he comes out here, he's dancing with Jey Uso, yeeting. Sami Zayn, bro, just hang it up.
And Sami's getting done.
You doing that stupid dancing to Jey Uso, and it's not funny, it's not nothing, it's corny. And to end the whole night, they ended with a triple threat match, Punk, El Grande, and AJ Styles. And I guess it was cool, I guess. Like, I don't really care about this at all. I honestly thought CM Punk was gonna win. They got El Grande Americano winning. Great. The Seth Rollins, he ends the night by curb stomping everyone in some 6-inch heels. What a way to bury a talent. This is by far the worst faction Paul Heyman has ever been associated with. I don't care what y'all say or who else Paul Heyman had. This is by far the worst Paul Heyman presence. This is the first time we've seen this in a while, where Paul Heyman presence isn't enough to get this group over at all. They can't even think of a name. Redundant, trash, pitiful, lazy, awful, terrible, horrible. Just a few words to describe Raw on Netflix. And man, oh man, I'm very interested to see how long Paul Levesque and them could keep this up, because I'm old enough to know this is not going to last long. Netflix will get tired of this. Sponsors will get tired of this. Most of all, the people, the fans will get tired of this. That's why you booked a capacity of a 19,000 seat arena and you only could sell 9,000 tickets. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, man. Like, oh my God, bro. This was probably the worst Raw episode I've seen. And I feel like I'm saying this every week. You know how, man, you hit milestones in your life where you top this and you top your goals? It's like WWE Creative is trying to see how low can they go. I got to look up what's the opposite of like goal or a milestone. They're trying to see how low can they actually get creatively. I've lived through WCW in 2000, 2001 after the war. I tuned in here and there. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't 24/7. It was too bad. But I tuned in here and there 2017, 2018. I was there in the 90s. There is not an era of wrestling that comes close to the crap that's going on a weekly basis right now in the Paul Levesque era. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, man. Like, bro, that was a go-home show to a PLE, y'all. We're doomed, man. I gotta get up out of here, man. This is Bobby Monsoon, 215. Like, comment, subscribe.